to 9x your sales. Heck, just 10x them. I watch a lot of Grant Cardone, and these are some tips that I've learned from him. He is the absolute best at explosive growth. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, loan officer for 27 years. This is my weekly tip, business tip. So 9xing your sales. So it means more than what you're doing now. I've got some tips that you're gonna wanna watch till the end, because this is gonna help you get to where you need to go. Do you know that only 5% of sales are made on after the third contact? A lot of us give up after 3 or 4 times. Oh, the client's ghosting us. Oh, they're not calling me back. They must not be interested. Y'all, that is not true. People get busy. You need to act more interested in them than they are in you. So, 15 to 18 times is the magic number. So before you get done passing out, I know that sounds like a lot, and it is. So you've got to have follow-up scheduled into your weekly routine. I personally take buckets of time, and we have theme days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we follow up on unconverted leads. Tuesday, maybe everyone that's made initial application, but they haven't finished the paperwork. So whatever your business is and whatever your business cycle is, take the different types of follow-up that you need to make and chop it up into a 5-day week and say, okay, which are the most important categories, which of course we'll need to follow up with those more times, right? So just have a good system and you're gonna see results right away, trust me. The very most important leads though are the ones that are unconverted. The faster that you can follow up with them, the quicker. And when you're following up, email, text, and call. Did you know that I think it's like 300% increase in probability that you will close a sale if you incorporate text. I know from a personal experience that ever since about 2020, 2019, everybody has been texting. So we incorporated it back then in our system because we found that all the new generation of buyers in the market that I do, which is loans, everybody wants to text, but we still incorporate all of the others as well. Okay, so when you're following up, here's a couple of just simple tips of things to remember. You should definitely use a headset. That way you can be hands-free, you can make notes, etc. Make sure that the headset doesn't sound choppy or doesn't delay. I actually had a headset one time that sounded, it kind of delayed and punched in and out and I didn't know it. And someone asked me, she said, "You sound like a robo-dialer." I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually not. Thank you so much for this feedback. So test it with somebody and make sure that you're crisp and clear. Investing in a good headset is gonna be worth the money, trust me. Make sure that you leave a message every single time. If you don't leave a message, they can't call you back. The other thing is when you leave a message for them to call you back, make sure that the phone number that you're saying to call back is the same phone number that you're calling from. Nothing is more annoying than saying, call me back at this number, and it's different than the caller ID. The other tip is after you leave a voicemail, immediately you should text. You should text and then you should email. So you wanna have your list. I like to print my list out just so that I have something there that's tangible and I can look down and see, okay, I can text, then I can email, bam, it's done, I'm on to the next thing. Some people use like an auto dialer. I do sometimes use one that's called Phone Burner. There's many of them out there, but what it does is it helps me to dial faster. And so it increases efficiency like 20 times than me sitting there and fat fingering the buttons and misdialing, and I load everybody in and it just dials for me. So consider something like that. The other tip is to do a handwritten note. So if you've got someone that you've been following up several times, if you have their address, not all of our incoming, referrals or leads we have an address for, but if you do, writing a handwritten note is really, really powerful. Again, I want to remind you, 15 to 18 times minimum before you might catch people. Now, again, some of us get super lucky and it's sooner, but keep following up with people until they tell you no. So if they're not answering, it means that they might be interested. If they're not taking the time to tell you that they're not interested, or that they're not going to buy, or that they went to another company, etc., keep calling. It means that they're listening to you and they're getting your correspondence, but it's just not the right time for them. So keep that in mind. Good luck. If you implement these few things, I promise you your sales will increase. Good luck.